Have you ever wondered how the Viking Age, a period marked by the Vikings' seafaring expeditions, changed the course of history? As the sun set on the 8th century, a new era was about to dawn. An era that would be remembered for its seafaring explorers, fierce warriors and shrewd traders, the Viking Age. The Vikings, equipped with their iconic longships, were not just raiders but also explorers and settlers who navigated vast distances. These longships, with their shallow drafts, allowed them to sail deep into enemy territories, through rivers and shallow water, striking fear into the hearts of those who lay in their path. From the shores of their Scandinavian homelands, they explored and raided regions as distant as North America to the west and the Caspian Sea to the east. Their reputation as formidable warriors and savvy traders spread far and wide, shaping the course of history in regions they touched. The Viking Age, a period of exploration and expansion, was about to leave an indelible mark on the world. The Viking Age is often shrouded in myths and misconceptions, but what is the truth behind these tales? Let's start with the iconic image of a Viking, donning a horned helmet. In reality, this is a fabrication. Archaeological findings show no signs of such headgear. This myth likely originated from 19th century romanticized images of these seafaring warriors. And speaking of warriors, it's a common misconception that Vikings were mindless barbarians, only interested in plunder and destruction. While they did engage in raids, they were also traders, explorers, and settlers. Their voyages took them across the Atlantic to North America, around the Mediterranean, and even to the gates of Constantinople, leaving their mark on countless cultures. Moreover, the belief that Vikings were solely raiders and pillagers doesn't hold water. They were skilled craftsmen, producing intricate jewelry and stunningly carved wooden objects. Their longships, masterpieces of technology and navigation, allowed them to travel far and wide, opening up new trade routes and fostering cultural exchange. They also had a rich oral tradition, with sagas and poetry that continue to inspire to this day. From their runic alphabet to their complex legal system, they were a society that valued knowledge and law. In essence, the Vikings were not just the ruthless raiders as often depicted. Their legacy is far-reaching, from their influence on modern languages to their contributions to technology and navigation. The Vikings were much more than the ruthless raiders they are often portrayed as, contributing significantly to the development of the modern world. The Viking Age may have ended over a millennium ago, but its impact is still felt today. But how exactly did the Vikings shape our world? The lasting legacy of the Vikings is far-reaching, influencing various aspects of life in regions they settled. From language to place names, and even in our culture, the Vikings left an indelible mark. Take English, for example. Numerous words we use today have Old Norse roots thanks to the Viking settlers in England. Words like knife, husband, and even they, their, and them are all gifts from the Norse language. And it doesn't stop with language. Many place names across Northern Europe and the British Isles carry the Viking legacy. Ever heard of York? Originally it was Jorvik, a major Viking settlement. But the influence of the Vikings wasn't merely linguistic or geographical, they significantly impacted our culture too. Norse mythology, with its pantheon of gods like Odin, Thor, and Loki, has permeated popular culture, from comic books to blockbuster movies. The Vikings were renowned for their seafaring skills, which led to the establishment of far-reaching trade routes across Europe, Asia, and even North America. They founded thriving cities, many of which continue to prosper today. Dublin, for instance, was originally a Viking settlement. Their contributions to shipbuilding and navigation were groundbreaking. The longship, with its shallow draft and symmetrical bow and stern, enabled them to navigate both in deep seas and shallow rivers, revolutionizing maritime travel. And let's not forget the sagas. These epic narratives, filled with heroes, gods, and monsters, were a key part of Viking culture. They have endured through the centuries, influencing literature and storytelling to this day. The Vikings, through their explorations, innovations, and cultural exchanges, have left a lasting legacy that continues to shape the world today. The Viking Age, a period of exploration, expansion, and cultural exchange, has left an indelible mark on history. We dove into its onset, a time of formidable journeys and encounters. We untangled myths, painting a more nuanced picture of the Vikings, beyond horned helmets and brutish behavior. We explored their lasting legacy, from language to law, which continues to ripple through our modern world. The Vikings, far from the one-dimensional characters often portrayed in popular culture, were a complex and influential force that helped shape the world as we know it today.